Hey everyone, this is Andy from Giz China, and today we're looking at the Doogee DG850 Hitman. So this just arrived this morning, so bear with me while we unbox it and take a first look at the phone. So you can see on the front of the box we've got the few details, shows the Xiaomi Mi4 style design of the Doogee Hitman DG850. We also know it's a 16GB internal memory. And there's also a few other details on here. It tells us that it has a built-in infrared remote control, and it also uses a sharp JDI display and that metal frame. So there's some nice features on the Doogee. Anything else on the box? We've got a few more details on the backs. It tells us that we've got a 5-inch HD 1280x720 IPS display. We're running a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, Android 4.4.2. We've got support for WCDMA and GSM networks, 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB of memory, 13 megapixel rear camera, and an 8 megapixel front with an 88-degree wide angle. Okay, so that's the details and the basic specs on the box. Let's open up the packaging. So when you open up the DG850 Hitman packaging, you'll find that you get a screen protector with a lint-free cloth there, so you can apply it nicely without any marks. We get a quick start guide, which is in English, all basic stuff on how to start up your Doogee. What else do we have? The phone itself. Let me take this out. We also get few accessories underneath. We get a SIM tray, ejector tool, basic set of earbuds with a chunky Doogee branded remote control. We get a Doogee branded USB cable, similar to the ones that OnePlus are shipping with the OnePlus One, and we also get a Doogee EU charger. So those are the bits in the box. Let's take a look at the phone itself. So here it is, the Doogee DG850, and when it came to us in the box, it comes with this clear protector on there, this clear case, which should protect the phone. I'll just take that off, because it does add a bit of heft and chunk to the phone. So that comes in the box, or at least it did with ours. Okay, so as you can see, straight away we've got this very Xiaomi Mi4-esque design. It's got the same white front, narrow bezels, similar size, it is exactly the same size, 5-inch display, but it's a 720 HD display on this case. And we've even got the capacitive buttons along the bottom. It's quite a chunky design. All this is a stainless steel around here, just like on the real Xiaomi Mi4. Got the rear-facing camera on there, Doogee logo there, and we've got a touch panel on the rear. Okay, so overall it does look very similar to the Xiaomi Mi4. It feels very similar, although the back of the case, this rounded case here, does feel more curved than the Xiaomi Mi4, and it appears that the rear camera sticks out a little bit more than it does on the real Xiaomi Mi4 too. This is also very similar in design to the Elephone P4000, the Kingsing T8, and a few other phones that are using this same Xiaomi Mi4 design. So whatever I say here should be true to those phones too. Okay, when you get the Xiaomi Mi4, not the Xiaomi Mi4, the Doogee Hitman out of the box, you get this screen protector on here. It tells us what we can find. We've got a volume rocker on the side, plus and minus volume, power button, and then we've got the SIM tray on the left hand side. I'm just going to pull that off, so we can have a good look at this display once I turn it on. Around the phone we've got this 8 megapixel front facing camera up there. We've got this light sensor and proximity sensor next to the receiver, 5-inch display, and this is apparently a JDI sharp display, so it should offer some really nice clear images and nice bright colors. We've got capacitive buttons along the bottom, and I'm not sure if you can just see this on the video. I just noticed this now. I'm just going to bring that up there, see if you can see it a little bit better. Let's try and focus that. You can just make out here there's like a mark on the white. Now this is behind the glass, there isn't anything stuck on here. It's almost like a bubble is caught between the glass and the white backing of the white plastic color of the glass. I'm not sure if you can make that out. I'll try and get, there you go. You might be able to see it a little bit better. There's like a a bubble along the bottom edge there. I'll have to mention that to Doogee, obviously, so that's something to look out for if you do order this phone. There's some bubbling there. Around the phone, what else do we see? We've got a volume button, power button and volume rocker there. Stainless steel bezel runs all the way around the edge. It's got a really nice taper along the top there, which gives it a nice transition from the screen to the edge. It's quite smooth as well there. Yeah, there's no sharpness to it really. On the real Xiaomi Mi4, we did find that along the top, as you rest it on your ear, it felt a little bit sharp, but on the Doogee, it's a little bit smoother. We've got this infrared blaster there, the IR blaster, and that uses a built-in application for controlling anything infrared controlled in your home. 3.5mm headphone jack, not completely covered by the metal chassis. You can see that there's a cutout there and it's plastic on the rear. On the left hand side we've got a SIM tray, and I'll just pop that out just to have a look at that. I'll just put the phone down one moment and get this ejector tool. Let's check what's in there. So if I just pop that in there, see what we've got. We've got a single SIM there. There's not a double SIM and there's no room for an SD card, which is a shame. A few of the phones now are coming with a double SIM tray that can be ran with either a single SIM and an SD card or two SIMs, but the Doogee just gets a single SIM. What else do we have here? We've got a USB in the base and we've got this speaker grill there too. Okay, I'm just going to pull this sticker off as well because it has the few details on there. So there we go, we've got this white back, completely white. If you look again closely, we've got this mesh pattern to it. I'm not sure you can see that quite well on the video. Doogee logo there. This is a rear touch panel. This is something that Doogee like to put on a lot of their phones. Single LED flash, and we've also got a 13 megapixel rear camera on there. Now I do believe that you can remove the back, although I don't see anywhere where we can pull it off. I might be wrong, maybe you can't pull the rear off of this. I will try for the full review, but there isn't any obvious way. There's no mark there where I can put my thumb in and take the rear off. But I will check that out fully for the full review. Anyway, so there we go, we've got our phone, and let's see if we power it on. Hopefully there's some power in there. It's booting up. So we've got that 5-inch 720 HD display. You can see that there's some black marks just around the edge of the display. So although we've got this nice large screen and these narrow bezels, it doesn't really make full use of the narrow bezels because we've got a bit of black either side. You can just make that out there. So a clever bit of designing there by Doogee. They've made it look thinner on the bezels than it actually is, but still it looks quite nice. And there we go, booted up nice and fast. Unlock it, and we've got this very similar UI that we've seen on a lot of other Doogee phones. If we just go into the settings, head down there, we've got Android 4.4.2. See what else we've got in here. It has OTA updates on here, so wireless updates, which is a nice feature from a smaller company. In the settings, we've got a few details here that we can take a look at. We've got obviously Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but we've also got Hot Knot feature, and basically what Hot Knot is MediaTek's version of NFC. So if you have two Hot Knot enabled devices, you can put them together and transfer data from one to the other. I'm not sure if that's compatible with NFC. I've not actually managed to try and test that yet, but I will once I get an NFC phone here. Next to me, sorry. I'll test that out. Got a 3-finger screenshot, so there we go. We can take screenshots with 3 fingers, which is a nice feature. What else do we have in here? Let's head out of that. Let's go back into the home screen. So you know, although it does have like Android 4.4.2 on there, there is a bit of UI on here. It's not a clean Android install. We've got Doogee's own icons in here and a few features that wouldn't normally come in Android as standard. One thing we've got is touch letters, which is basically a smart wake up system. We can turn that on, and from here, from the black screen, we should be able to draw letters such as C to start dialing someone, O for an SMS, M for music. We'll just try that now. So hopefully if I draw a C now, there we go. We can dial someone directly there from the keypad. Let's see what other features, other options we have. Sorry, let's go back into here. Okay, so slide up should unlock, slide down should open the camera. So let's try that. So slide up. So there's a bit of delay, but it does work. Works quite well actually. Slide down should open the camera. There you go. So that's all nice. In the past, I have tried to use this on screen, the black screen gestures on other phones, and they haven't been as quick to work as that. So that's quite a neat little feature that's working very well already in there. As we're here, we've got the 13 megapixel camera snapping away. It's not the fastest camera in the world, and we've still got that quite ugly stock camera sound to it. But it does its job. Again, for the full review, we'll fully test this, get some photos. Should have burst mode too. Okay, oh sorry, that's on face beauty mode. Maybe that's why it's slow. Let's check this out. There we go, normal mode. Okay, a little bit faster because it's on normal mode now. And should be able to snap away a few photos. There you go. Let's check out a HDR, see how fast HDR is. So pretty quick actually. Oh no, there we go, now it's saved. So there is a bit of a delay there. But you know, what we'll do, on the full review, we'll do a full check out these photos, and we'll do some daylight, indoor, outdoor photos to get a good idea just how good the 13 megapixel camera on the Doogee is. Okay, what else do we have in here? Well, before we carry on, let's see what else we have. We've obviously got the Google Play Store, and Doogee have also installed a few other Google related applications. We have YouTube already built in, we've got Google Voice Search, Google Plus is all in there too, Google Chrome as well. So this is all really nice that we've got those Google services already built in. As mentioned before, we've got this infrared blaster at the top there, and we have this a remote application which should be able to connect to infrared devices in your home, such as your TV, your DVD player or anything like that, and we should be able to control those. We've got LG TV up here. I do have an LG TV. I'm not sure if that's automatically picked it up or whether someone else has been using this before me, but I'll test this out in a few days for a full review. Alright, anyway, so that's it. That's the Doogee DG850 Hitman. It feels quite a solid, nice phone. It actually is surprisingly well made. Oh, before we carry on, we do have this touch panel. Let's see if that works. Let's see if there's a way we can turn that on. Now I can't see how to turn that on just now. It doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. Okay, we'll check out how to use that later for the full review. But like I say, we've got the DG850 does feel like a very nice phone. It is surprisingly well made, to be perfectly honest. The metal around the edge is nice and smooth and gives a nice quality feel to the phone. It's weighty, it's not a light phone, but personally I like quite a heavy phone. It adds to that quality feel. It feels very well made. There are no sharp edges, no gaps or anything in the plastic. Although it is a clone, it's a copy of the Xiaomi Mi4. It's a good looking phone, and it's, you know, it wouldn't bother me too much to use this, even though it is a knockoff device. Alright, anyway, for the full review, we'll get some photos on there, we'll do some benchmarks as usual. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. Okay, thanks for your time. This is Andy from Giz China, and speak to you all soon. Goodbye.